Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago, Bears fans. Let's get to the news, all right. Folks, sit tight because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the biggest shakeups in the NFC North in recent memory. Rumors are swirling that the Cincinnati Bengals, currently sitting at a disappointing 4-11 record and deep in a rebuild after Burrow's injuries, are exploring a blockbuster trade involving Ja'Marr Chase, one of their most explosive playmakers. And if this trade happens, it could be a total game-changer not just for Cincinnati, but for the Bears, the division, and the entire NFC landscape. Let's dig into the details because, honestly, this could reshape the Bears' offense and elevate their chances of a Super Bowl run in the coming seasons. The Bengals, facing a tough season and needing cap relief, are reportedly open to trading Chase in exchange for multiple first-round picks. Their focus: freeing up cap space, which is about $16 million right now, and acquiring young, talented wide receivers to build around in the future. The Bengals, with a struggling defense giving up nearly 30 points per game, are prioritizing bolstering their offensive line and secondary, and they see trading Chase as a way to get some much-needed cap flexibility and draft capital for a rebuild that looks to extend into 2026. But for us Bears fans, what really catches the eye here is how Chase could fit into Chicago's offense. This guy is a game-changer. Drafted in 2021, Chase has already amassed over 300 receiving yards and 52 touchdowns, averaging an impressive 14.2 yards per catch. His career highlights include a peak season in 2025, where he racked up 98 receptions for 320 yards and 11 touchdowns, with a 13.5 yards per catch average and a PFF grade of 91.7, ranking him among the top wideouts in the league. Chase is known for his explosiveness, his ability to turn short catches into big gains, and his uncanny ability to make contested catches look effortless, something the Bears desperately need. Right now, the Bears' receiving core has been hampered by injuries. Oduns has missed 6 games with an ankle injury, and Burden is on IR with a hamstring issue. Adding Chase would not only bring instant star power, but also significantly boost the team's deep passing game, which has been somewhat inconsistent. Imagine Justin Fields lining up with a true #1 receiver like Chase, who can stretch defenses with his speed and route running. This duo could unlock new levels of offensive explosiveness and turn the Bears into one of the most dynamic teams in the league, especially with the team's rushing attack already threatening defenses with over 600 yards on the ground, complemented by play action that, when combined with a deep threat like Chase, can be lethal. Now, let's not forget how Chase's presence could change the entire offensive philosophy. The Bears have been working on their identity, trying to balance their rushing attack with a more vertical passing game. Adding a receiver like Chase, who is capable of making big plays downfield, could elevate the entire offense. His ability to create mismatches against slower linebackers or safeties opens up opportunities for Fields to throw more play-action bombs, boosting the offense's EPA, expected points added, by at least 12%, according to some analytics. That's the kind of upgrade that can turn a good team into a playoff-caliber juggernaut, especially as the Bears aim to make a deep postseason run. Now, let's talk about the Bengals' perspective. They're sitting on a cap space of around $16 million, which isn't bad, but they're leaking points on defense, giving up nearly 29 points a game, and they need to shore up their offensive line and secondary. Trading Chase could free up about $26 million in cap space in 2026, giving them more flexibility to address those needs. But there's skepticism. Some analysts believe that losing Chase could hurt the Bengals' aerial attack significantly, especially since their passing game has been slightly declining, with their yardage dropping by around 220 yards per game over the past season. The Bengals are also heavily invested in extending Higgins, their talented receiver, over an aging X-factor in Tyler Boyd, as they focus on drafting for the future, especially after the struggles with Joe Burrow's injuries. For the Bears, though, this trade could be the final piece to spark a real contender. With Chase, The offense would go from a decent unit to a true threat, an offense comparable to the 2023 Kansas City Chiefs in terms of explosiveness. Justin Fields, already a threat with his running ability, would have a legitimate deep threat to complement his skill set, creating more opportunities for big plays. The Bears' offense, which has already shown flashes of brilliance this season, could become a juggernaut capable of surpassing 800 yards passing, a significant jump from their current 800. Chase's ability to align with Williams, who's already amassed 200 receiving yards, would create one of the most dangerous WR2s in the league, forcing defenses to pick their poison. This move could also have a ripple effect on the Bears' playoff odds. Right now, their odds of winning the Super Bowl are around plus 600, but with Chase in the fold, those odds could drop to plus 300, reflecting the increased likelihood of a deep playoff push. The deep playoff potential is there. Chase's ability to make plays 25 yards or more downfield, combined with the Bears' improving defense, would make them a nightmare for any opponent. It's not far-fetched to imagine them as favorites in the NFC North, especially if they can leverage this offensive upgrade to surpass rivals like the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings. Looking even further ahead, some analysts are drawing parallels to the Rams' 2021 trade for Matthew Stafford, which boosted their EPA per play by 25% and helped them secure a Super Bowl. If the Bears can pull off this trade, it's not crazy to think that they might experience a similar boost in offensive efficiency, turning their season around and making a real push for the title in the next couple of years. The potential for a dynastic, aerial-oriented team is suddenly much more real, especially with Chase as a cornerstone piece. Of course, nothing is guaranteed in the NFL. The Bengals might be cautious about trading Chase, especially given his young age and talent, and the fact that they're in a tough spot trying to rebuild their roster. They might prefer to hold on to him and see if they can turn things around with Burrow back healthy next season. But if they do decide to pull the trigger, the Bears would be right there, ready to pounce and elevate their offense to new heights. The signature of this trade would be a bold statement that the Bears are serious about contending now, not just in the future. And let's not forget the bigger picture here. This kind of move shows how the NFL continues to evolve. Teams are valuing explosive playmakers more than ever, and the Bears are clearly looking to position themselves as a team that's not just building for the long haul but competing right now. The addition of Chase could be the spark that ignites their offense and helps them finally break through the NFC playoff barriers, making that Super Bowl dream a very real possibility. It's these kinds of bold moves that make football so exciting, and as Bears fans, we should be on the edge of our seats waiting to see what happens next. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So in the end, if this trade comes to fruition, it's a bold statement from the Bears, showing they're all in on making a serious playoff run and maybe even more. Chase's addition would turn the offense into a high-octane unit capable of taking down the best defenses in the league. The division, the NFC, and even the Super Bowl landscape could look very different after this move. For the fans of the Monsters of the Midway, it's an exciting time, one that could define the next era of Bears football, one where aerial dominance and explosive plays lead the charge. And remember, everything here is speculative for now, but the potential is enormous. We'll be watching closely, rooting for this to happen and ready to celebrate if it does. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.